I don't hesitate. I think at this stage, Kawhi's a better player than LeBron.
Why would you say that?
Because he's better. I mean, he does everything better. He's a better defender. He's a better scorer. And that's pretty, he's better at imposing his will on the game. I mean, you just saw him just will a good Toronto team to the championship. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Shannon, how many problems do you have with what Barkley said?
Skip, I've got a few. And for Charles to make this assessment after one game, so this is where we are. One game. So if LeBron had the roles were reversed, was Charles going to say that? No, absolutely not. Skip, other than defending, I don't think Kawhi can do anything better than LeBron. I think LeBron can still score the basketball at a higher clip. I know he can rebound the ball at a better clip. I know he can pass the ball, assist the ball, facilitate an offense better. Kawhi Leonard had a career-high 9 assists last night. 9. LeBron James has 359 regular season games in which he's had at least 9 assists. Kawhi Leonard has 0 triple-doubles. LeBron James has 81. Skip, look, when it comes to defending, I got no argument. Kawhi Leonard is as good a defender as that we have. And now he's joined with another great defender in Paul George, with another outstanding defender in Pat Bev. Not here to debate that. But to say after one game, oh, he can impose his will. Skip, LeBron James wasn't trying to impose his will. The difference is that LeBron James was trying to get Anthony Davis involved. He tried to facilitate him. And maybe that was one of the reasons that got him out of his rhythm. He spent so much time trying to get Anthony Davis his shot. We're going to see if Kawhi Leonard is going to be just as aggressive when Paul George gets back. You see, it's a whole different ball game, Skip. When you're you, it's you. You can just do what you want to do because everybody else knows their role. But what is Paul George? Paul George going to sit back there and say, okay, yeah, I was third in the MVP voting, averaged 28 points a game. I'm cool if I get 15. Hell nah, he ain't going to say that. I believe if LeBron, there's going to come a time this season, LeBron's going to need to impose his will. He's going to need to go get the team high 30s, maybe even 40. There's no question in my mind that he can do that. But for me, Skip, I'm not here to say that maybe at the end of the year, Kawhi might be a better player than LeBron. But to sit here and say that after one game, that's the assessment that where you are now, I just find that very hard to believe. Look, Charles Barkley obviously knows the game of basketball, played the game at a very high level. But Skip, after one game, I'm not willing to do that right yet. So we'll see how this thing plays out. But I don't believe on anything that has to do with offense that Kawhi Leonard is better than LeBron James. And I'm definitely not willing to say that after one game.
So I greatly appreciate your attempt to defend your man LeBron with the just one game argument. But for me,
Was it?
this whole thing, I'm about to explain.
Okay.
This whole thing's just a duh to me. I mean, Charles Barkley was just stating the glaringly obvious.
Okay.
Number 2 is a far better player in so many different ways than LeBron is now, and that LeBron was all of last year. So remember, Charles is harking back to last year's playoffs when he's saying that number 2 kept imposing his will on series and game after game. And obviously, LeBron had a difficult year last year, and then he had a difficult game 1 this year. So the point is that obviously, number 2 is a far better defender than LeBron, and I think even you will accept that.
I'm not even here to debate that.
All right? He's also a much better shooter than LeBron ever thought about being, and that's from mid-range, from 3, and from the free throw line. And that's a lot of shooting that you're doing because, listen, this guy, he wasn't much of a shooter when I used to love him back in the San Antonio days, early, but he figured it out. Chip England, who's the shooting doctor for the San Antonio Spurs, taught him a shot, and now it's so pure. He holds it right there in that huge hand, the claw of his, holds it right there on his jump shot and goes straight through with it, and it gets deadly. It's pure.
It's really a flat shot.
Okay,
I wouldn't recommend anybody shoot like that, but
it goes in like crazy. And again, he's a 38% three-point shooter for his career, and he's had some 40% years. And LeBron's a 34%. So it's a big gap between them as a three-point shooter.
What about field goal percentage?
Okay, well, again, I'm not talking about attacking the basket. I'm talking about mid-range jump shooting.
But
all of a sudden, this guy's become just deadly.
But you and Charles are saying he's better at everything. Isn't attacking the basket a part of everything?
All right, I'm going to give you that. But how about free throw shooting? shooting. We got a bet on 75%.
Yeah,
LeBron
we
was
said it back.
67%. You're 3 out of 4 right now.
Yeah, right. So one game.
That was your only bright spot from, what was it, Tuesday night?
Tuesday night, yeah.
Your only sort of silver lining was he's 3 out of 4, and that equals 75%.
Yep.
So right here, right now, you have won the bet.
Yes,
You
after
only have
one game.
81 games to go.
Oh, really? So we got 81 more games, huh?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a lot of free throws to miss. So the point is that he's got the mid-range jumper, and then last night he showed a whole different dimension. I've been trying to tell you, the guy I saw Tuesday night was a new guy with his chest out. The guy I used to love in San Antonio was always slump-shouldered. His eyes were always down because he wasn't sure how good he was. He would not embrace the God-given talents, plural, that he has. They kept trying to say, you're so much better than you think you are. Man, I don't think I am. He wouldn't talk to anybody. Now he's starting to talk to the media. He's starting to throw his shoulders back, and he's starting to embrace all of his gifts, including the passing dimension that's yet untapped. Last night he came out and said, you know what? I'm going to orchestrate. I think he looked at Golden State and said, this is going to be a cakewalk, and it pretty much was. But he said, watch me pass the basketball. Watch me run this offense a la LeBron. It was LeBron-esque what he did. And he made some sweet little bounce pass feeds for dunks and layups. And he had 9 assists against just 1 turnover. That's a pretty good night.
Yeah.
And again, it was Golden State's opening night of its new arena in San Francisco. And thanks to him, he imposed his will early on this game. And he scored 21 points in just barely over 21 minutes. He got load management because he didn't need to play in the 4th quarter, right?
No.
So, again, I loved what Doc said after the game about number 2. He said, I thought he started doing it in the 2nd round last year. In the 1st round, he was just dominating. And then I thought as each round went on, he started playmaking more and more. But what he's doing now is on another level, where he's just letting the game come to him and slowly but surely saying, okay, if you're going to do this, I'm going to beat you at a game of chess because I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and then you can't stop me doing this. And if you think you do, I'll just dump it here for a dunk. So I saw him doing some LeBron-esque things. And I know last year I just scoffed and laughed at the whole comparison Kendrick Perkins made to Michael Jeffrey Jordan. But there's some Jordan-esque qualities to his jump shot because when he gets it going, when he starts shooting it from way up there, it's just hard to stop it. It's not KD-esque because KD's 7 feet tall. But this guy's 6'7", and he can jump now. He can get way up, and he's shooting it from way up there. He's shooting it flat, but the release point is way up high.
His hands are so big, he's shooting on fingertips.
Yep, he is, okay? So all that adds up to, man, he's just all around more dominating than LeBron can be in year 17. I just think that's a fair and obvious assessment.
But here's the thing, Skip. You're talking about one game. So let's just say for the sake of argument, LeBron goes on and averages 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and they win 55 games. And Kawhi and them might win more games. Are you still willing to say that?
Yeah, I would be, except he's not going to do that. I mean, LeBron will just roll out of bed and get his numbers.
No.
What does your eye test tell you?
No. My eyes tell me, so Kawhi. No, rolling out of bed. I don't want to hear nothing about no rolling out of bed. Skip, look.
Well, that's what he did last year. He basically rolled out of bed because he stayed in bed during the games.
There you go with this foolishness, Skip. Skip, look. Even though Kawhi's on a new team and LeBron's on the same team, LeBron has more new pieces that he have to feel out than, say, Kawhi, because these guys have played together. Skip, we keep talking about Kawhi, but the Clippers in Tuesday's game, they made their run late in the 1st quarter when they brought Trez and they brought Lou Williams in. Kawhi was on the bench.
Not that long. I don't remember it being glaring.
Yes. Kawhi had 4 points in the 1st quarter. He had 16 in the 2nd quarter. But that shot unit had came back and given them life. Skip, all of them. Look, I'm not saying
Lakers got up 13.
They got up early.
Right.
Skip, at the end of the year, we look back and I'm saying, you know what? Skip, you're right. Kawhi passed him. Kawhi's the better player now. Skip, I got no problem saying that. I'm gonna call it like I see it.
Okay. I'll let you hang on to your delusion for. You can have it for another 2-3 months.
No.
Because you're just gonna have to sit there day after day saying, God.
So LeBron comes out tonight, drops 40, has 10 assists, 7 rebounds. What are we saying? Oh, it's Utah. That's what
Oh, I won't say that.
that's what you're going to say. It's Utah.
Utah's good. Think he's going to drop 40? How much you want to bet on that?
I'm just saying, hypothetically, if you were to do that. I mean, look, the mistake that I believe he made the other night is that he went out of his way, too much out of his way, to try to get Anthony Davis involved because he said they're going to run the offense through Anthony Davis. Skip, look, I believe you can get up and down and still post. You look at the Showtime Lakers. The Showtime Lakers came to be Showtime. They still had Kareem on the team. But they was getting up and down. Now, when, they got into the half-court set, Kareem go get down to the block, Magic come to one side, fake, give it to him, Kareem turn over one shoulder to the other, and throw the sky hook.
Okay. So I hate to break this news to you, but it sure sounded to me like yesterday Frank Vogel, dare I say, demoted LeBron from point guard to sort of wing player. I mean, he just said, I saw one game and I saw enough. So I'm going to insert Rondo into the starting lineup as our point guard, right? Okay, well, I got to tell you, on the night number 2 is saying, watch me orchestrate. It's the same day that LeBron is slid sideways over to you better just play on the wing because this experiment.
LeBron wanted to play off the ball. He doesn't have a problem playing. He played off the ball.
Do you think he went to Vogel after the game and said this did not work? Or do you think Vogel went to him and said this does not work?
Skip,
That's a pretty shocking